Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. If you want to follow along, we'll be in starting chapter 8 of the book of Proverbs today. And chapter 8 is a list, not really a list, but a description, I guess, of wisdom and its importance. The next two chapters really are kind of summing up everything that the Father has been teaching his Son in the first seven chapters. And in many ways, he is kind of going to be contrasting wisdom and wickedness, the danger of sin that he has been laying out, and now he's going to give. It's almost like wisdom is called like a courtroom scene, almost, where wisdom comes forward and gives her testimony. Chapter 8 is generally regarded to be the deepest, most difficult chapter in the book of Proverbs, but the value of the chapter, the value of the wisdom that is there is of the utmost importance. So we start in verse 1, and again we see wisdom calling. Does not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? And so wisdom is calling out. Solomon shows wisdom uh, basically as a person who is calling on people to follow her, to avoid foolish decisions, to use her um, to take advantage of wisdom and follow wisdom as they go throughout their life. Look in verse 2. She stands in the top of high places by the way, in the places of the paths. And so he's saying, listen, she's calling. She's wisdom is out there calling you, and she is calling from everywhere. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in, at the doors. And again, he's saying everywhere you go, you see wisdom. Wisdom is going to be calling you because, again, I've taught it to you. And I want you to know that wisdom isn't hidden. She's in the high places. You can find wisdom if you like. She's in the high places. She's at the gates of the city. And again, the gates of the city were an important place. It was almost like where city council met, where the men of the city would go out to the gates and discuss the business. And so he says, wisdom is there. And so as you go about your life, wisdom is in the forefront. And we have to make a decision each day as we have to make many decisions. Life is a day full of decisions, and we have to make that decision over and over again. Will we follow the path of wisdom or the path of wickedness, the path of wisdom, the path of life, or the path of death and destruction? And do we value wisdom? Do we place a a value on being followers of wisdom? And he says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O you simple, understand wisdom, and you fools, be ye of an understanding. And so he said, wisdom is everywhere, calling to everyone. She's in the high places. She's at the gate. She's calling the men. She's calling the simple. She's calling on everyone to listen and to be obedient to her path, to follow the path of wisdom. And we, just like in this ancient text, every day we go about our life, and as we go into the decisions, we go into the circumstances in our life, we stand and we look at a fork in the road, and we determine whether or not we're going to follow the wisdom of God and we're going to follow that path, or we're going to go down this road. Wisdom is not hidden, Solomon says. We know what wisdom is. We know God's way. And the question then comes, will we be obedient to that path, to that call that God gives us, and the wisdom that He has revealed to us? And today, as you travel through this day's journey, there will be these forks in the road. Some of them much easier to decide than others. But time and time again throughout the day, we are put in a situation where we have to decide if we're going to follow the wisdom of God, or we're going to ignore it and follow our own wisdom or the wisdom of this world and choose that path. And so Solomon just reminds us that as you go through this day, speaking to his son, and the truth is the statement applies to us as well. As we go through this day, we can hear wisdom calling in one ear. Excuse me. We hear wisdom calling in one ear, and we hear wickedness calling in the other. I think about old cartoons you might remember, where the character would have an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other. We go through life, and you're going to go that way today, and some of those choices are going to be really easy, but some of them may be really difficult. But wisdom is calling. Let's follow the path of wisdom in our decision making today. Have a great day. Follow that wisdom, and we'll see you here tomorrow morning.